Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome back to Lovecraft Country and our journeys through the Secret World legends. I don't like any of that. Let's just get the next mission from Mr. Wolf here and move along. Jack's back. Jack-o'-lantern has a bad history with the Old Henderson farm, and John Wolfe has seen him skulking around the pumpkin patch from time to time. He wants nothing to do with him, but won't stop the curious from finding out more. The pumpkin fields of the Old Henderson farm lie to the south of John Wolfe's location. Go there and see if you can find Jack-o'-lantern or lure him out somehow.
The key to long life is, apparently, to sit like a tortoise, walk like a pigeon, and sleep like a dog. I have trouble with the first two, but I can sleep through anything. Even here. Word travels fast in this place. And the word is you've met Jack-o'-lantern. I've seen him down near the rides, mostly at night. He's drawn to this place like the bear to the honey jar. He's got history with the farm before it got turned into an amusement park. Bad history. But I keep out of his way, and he keeps out of mine. My battle's not with Jack. He's all yours, Kimosabe. You'll, want to watch out for the will-o'-wisps. They're a good signpost you're getting close. That, and the pumpkins. After meeting the melon-headed freak face to vegetable, I lost my appetite for pumpkin pie. I just keep seeing an eye in there.
Okay, so you may recall Jack from our little excursion into the land of the dead. But he... See you, dude. So, yeah, who apparently is responsible for several serial killings back in 2002. Oh, yes. As you may note, as I mentioned last episode, I have upgraded the arsenal. This is Inferno. And I'll demonstrate my single target, no doubt, sometime soon. Alright, yes, Jack was responsible for several serial killings in 2002. Problem being is that the Illuminati aligned town council and let it all burn. The Illuminati aligned town council. Okay, I may have started a forest fire. The Illuminati aligned town council covered it all up and pinned it on a vagrant whose ghost led us to the Jack, the actual killer. But Jack just fled, so this might give us the opportunity to right the scales. And you might notice the ravens, the will-o'-wisps, the same as in that pumpkin patch back there. Alright, clear. Okay, this is my new single strike, Mjolnir. By the power of Thor. Oh, if you saw my dungeon run, you saw I was using that there. As you can see, it's highly effective. Sword's not bad either. I got my ass on you. The power of Thor is too much for these will-o'-wisps. Come on. That is dead. Oh, wait, I missed one? Oh, hi. There you are. The hell? There he goes. Is that guy holding a chainsaw? Holy cow. He is. Well, apparently I've ended up in I'll get to you in a moment. Wait, is that a gun? They have guns. Great. Let's see if we can learn any more about them. Scarecrow, another bedtime sweetling. Bedtime story sweetling, another tale of Archie Henderson, farmer and sorcerer. This is the story by 1906. Archie was mad. He probably was crazier before then, because how crazy do you have to be? What the... Scarecrow pedophile? Did that ability say pedos? I don't want to know. I just feel better with the guys with the chainsaws. I don't want to know. Just burn. Alright, where are you, dude? Come on! The power of Thor compels you to run. Run like a coward. Kill the reverends. Ah, crow people. Come on, people. Let's go. Crows and crow people. There we go. Catch it. Yeah, I think the upgrade's been working. You, out of my way. More lore. Let's see if it has to do with the scarecrows, shall we? No, redifts. They come from the catifs of society. That means outcast. They come from those consumed by a drive to spread misery. They are born from messy, violent deaths, often by powerful magic, though just the right mix of the ingredients at Revenant takes shape. Their souls are so saturated with the actions they took in life that death does not claim them. They slip through, with their malevolence spreading to a swarm mind, taking shape as creatures associated with darkness and disease, ravens, rats, spiders, worms, moths, and the like. Well, actually, we're getting to know what the Reverends are. So, you guys were human. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh! Sneak attack, huh? Backstab you back. You? Shouldn't have gotten involved. I bet you're regretting that now, huh, dude? Okay, I see birds over there. Come at me, bro. Ooh, he tagged me. Where's the wisp? Ah, there we go. In this direction, this is the direction we go in. Don't know if I can actually kill Jack. Now, they also mentioned a amusement park that he's been chilling out at. I can't imagine how that's not a horrible thing. Amusement park, haunted territory, apocalypse. You know how it goes. No idea who that is. I'll have to pick that up in a bit. There you are. Okay. No. Just you. Probably overkill. You want some? Oh, I see. You're hiding as one of the wisps? No, you aren't. Dude. You are a coward. You'll attack girls. You'll attack children. The guy with the lightning bolts? Nah, you don't want to take him. I despise cowards. I despise violent cowards. Even more. There you go. You in here? Ah, there you go. Little sneaky bastard. You in here? No? I will kill every one of you. Every one of you. You in here? No? Come on, dude. Let's end this. There you are. Little bastard slipped away again. Archie Henderson will always be the one that got away. We found him in Edinburgh in 1863. He was insane by 1905. You can't imagine how pissed the Templars are when we recruit talent out of Britain. We shipped him to the academy and taught him how to harness his powers. Frankly, he was beyond harnessing. Jack the lad, a farmhand in the wrong pumpkin patch at the wrong time. Now he's a lasting legacy of what Henderson can do. Misdirected potential makes me sick. Next time you see Jack, kill him. Again. Well, I guess it's the best we can hope for at this point. Let's see if the lore can tell us anything more. Wisps. Well, it's something. Call it the Hobby Lantern or the Friar's Lantern. Call it the Will-o'-the-Wisp Lantern or the Will of the Wisp. Will of the Lantern. Never mind. They have seen the wisps down in Kingsmouth town. Even the most skeptical citizen believes in the wisps. Everyone has a wisp story there, sweetling, but unlike most local folklore, what happens to distant relations of relations, these are tales that happen to the teller. The wisps congregate in the woods, observing customs unknowable. There is a tree out there. Some call it the Halloween tree. Some simply say the tree, and everyone knows what they mean. They say the wisps are attached to the tree, or the tree births the wisps. That's the tree back in Kingsmouth, the one with the lore nugget on top of it. Still haven't figured out how to get that lore nugget, but I will. At some point, and I will record it. I don't know if it'll be with Hipster Dude or another character. It's lore Hunter. No other lore, I'm afraid. Alright. So. The hell? There's a fast zombies. Innsmouth track and runner zombies? Seriously? Anyways, I think let's go back and talk to John. Okay, so here we are at the Kindergarten of the Damned. Seriously. And John's still got another mission for us. There we go. Ah, the Black House. That's the one we've been past a couple of times in this and the previous episode. I mean, no. The burnt-out shell of the Black House sits like an accusation among the Solomon Island picket fences and townhouses. The owner gone but not forgotten, a witch's curse is said to linger in the property, preying on trespassers. Its owner... Oh. Wolf spoke about the fate of the Black House and the woman who was burned alive inside of it? Oh, wait. If I recall... If you've been listening to the, interludes, in Interlude 2, the sheriff described a torches and pitchforks scenario that happened, I believe, in the 1980s. So, yeah, this might actually be what she was referring to. Which basically means, what, the townsfolk murdered a woman? Great. We'll talk about the fate of the Black House and the woman who was burned alive inside of it. Something haunts this gutted house that the locals have shunned for decades. Find a way inside and put the spirit to rest.
I don't spook easy. I've spent nights in houses so filled with spirits I had to perform exorcisms to take a dump. That burned house up there, the Black House, that place got me breaking out in goosebumps. Not spooked, not that, but affected. In a bad way. It's a cold place. Funny thing with that house, it wasn't haunted before the locals made it so. They were so afraid of witchcraft, they never gave a single thought to what witchcraft does and doesn't do. After the house burned down, it got far worse than magic to contend with. Anyone walked within 100 yards could feel it, like nails on a blackboard. You look for evil in people. Sooner or later, you'll find it. Even when it wasn't there in the first place.
Okay, John appears to have been met by his daughter while we were waiting. Nice pair of wolves there. Anyway, so let's check out the Black House. Yeah, they're always watching. I'm getting used to that. Yeah. Should I be more concerned the zombies aren't here? Now, I did see a lore nugget on the side. Now, don't think John... Oh! I guess they're not much for taking visitors. And the walls are bleeding. Always a good sign. So, how do you get that lore nugget if you can't walk through this section? Yeah, well, you know me. I have to stick my finger in twice. Anyways. Excellent. Now, did John mean to say that the woman was innocent? 'Cause that would be kind of bad if... Ooh, what's this? Miss Killian's home. The fire is believed to have broken out sometime after the crowds left. Volunteers from the Kingsmouth Fire Service arrived on the scene, containing the blaze before it spread to the nearby woods. They were unsuccessful in this attempt to save Miss Killian, whose body was later recovered. The body built by Miss Killian did not conform to county safety regulations, and the fire is no longer be treated as suspicious. However, anyone who knew Miss Killian or was present at the night's demonstration is asked by Deputy Bannerman, not Sheriff Bannerman, because I'm willing to bet that Sheriff Bannerman, you know, when she gained power, wouldn't have let this one slip by. Attend a meeting at Town Hall. Well, pardon me. I'm about to unpack there. If you're telling me that she essentially was killed by townsfolk, and anybody who was there wanted to talk about it went to the town meeting, and the town meeting, that's what we know, the town council, as we know, is run by Illuminati-friendly individuals. I've got no idea what that achievement was, but I do get this. Come with us to the abandoned house at the forest's edge, not far from the Overlook Motel. Come with us. Ravaged by fire 30 years ago, it lunges in black and twisted agony, charred like an ant husk under the searing sadism of childhood. The house is quiet, an ugly aftermath, but we can read the writing of scars. Okay, this house is not quiet, but bugs. Yeah. Upstairs, it says. More lore? Oi! Initiate the trauma... I have no idea what any of that means. Initiate the trauma cadence. A bad thing happened here. Do you see what we see? Fire burns away so many guilts, but the ashes remain. Do you see what we see? No one goes to the Black's house. Kingsmouth still feels the guilt, and the guilt has a name. If it's guilt, then they killed an innocent, didn't they? And she's still here. I want to know is how the newspapers got here, because these are from after the fire. I probably don't want to know. Don't let me interrupt you. A short funeral service was held this weekend for Carrie Killian, who in recent tragic circumstances chose to take her own life, so they made it look like a suicide. The service was unattended, but our pastor has asked unattended. Our pastor has asked that all townies, do they actually call themselves townies? Wouldn't they be townsfolk? Of Kingsmouth take a moment to reflect on the importance of community. Yes, the mob with pitches and torques and torches is the same community that has Sunday services and picnics. Double-edged sword of community. The town council generously provided for Miss Killian's cremation and a personal funeral plot near her home. She was laid to rest on Sunday. Okay. Okay. I'd like to leave now. Yeah. Wood is not really much of an issue. Well, let's go down into the creepy basement. Nothing bad could happen. Lore nugget. Any lore nuggets? Ooh, there we go. Tell me, O bees of Gaia, what your knowledge. Have you heard the story of Carrie Killian, Sweetland? She came to Kingsmouth and built a house in 1974. She worked from home, offering consultation and hope through pagan practices. In those days, everybody liked her. Malfector detected. There, in the pattern of the ashes, eye and pyramid. Do you see what we see? Carrie Killian was no fraud, but an independent practitioner of magical arts. This concerned the Illuminati. They did not like the way she observed the Innsmouth Academy. So... my people did this. Am I on fire? What's going on? Last will and testament of Carrie Killian. I, Carrie Killian, a resident of Solomon Island, state of Maine, declare this to be my last will and testament. In the first case, I wish for the proceeds of my estate to be gifted to charity, on the condition that such organization is outside this island. I've given these people all the charity I had and been shown precious little in return. I suspect they'll be glad to be rid of my memory. In the second case, I wish for my body to be cremated upon death. That was done. In the third case, I ask that my ashes are not buried in its bleak and hard soil. Instead, scatter them on the sea, where time and tide might carry me away from the events that have transpired here. Carrie Killian. Okay, I feel dirty. It's one thing. I mean, one thing. And finally, we saw the graveyard already. It's one thing to be possessive. It is one thing to request that your power not be tampered with, but just because you know magic, just because you're some pagan, I mean, were they planning to kill Madame Roger? Or was she stuffing the mayor to stay alive? It's more disgusting. The more you think about it. Meantime... when two mangled children were found near Miss Killian's home, it was too late. The torches, the mob, the intent to frighten away, warped by the compiling misunderstandings. The roar of fire out of control, the screams of a woman, the shocked silence of a mob that sees itself reflected in the flames. I'm missing information. I will want that information. Moss. Here we are. Carrie Killian, a sinner in life, may her spirit find grace in death. 48 to 87. Now let's get your ashes. Okay, so you're not content to just, you know, screw with her in life. You screw with her in death, too. Okay. I'll take that as a no. Must be a specific pattern, maybe. Alright, so... okay, that confirms that I think you do it in the standard pattern of what you just saw. Kind of replicating it. Yeah, these aren't even gravestones, are there? They're just here to protect her ashes from being disturbed. Because we wouldn't want to honor her last wishes. I mean, we got to ruin her life. Let's ruin her death, too. Kirsten, screw you.
Quick access inventory updated.
May you find some peace in this. What peace can be found in this place? Okay, direct route's not the best way. You? Again? Stay dead. What do you got to say, Kirsten? What is this? You're now doing door-to-door exorcisms now? We have to talk about misalignment of expectations if you want to sew up every ectoplasmic bleeding heart you meet. We have defense budgetary technology, the old ghost. It's like fumigation or sandblasting. Still, your takeaway from the sad affair of Carrie Killian. Cute high school yearbook photo, unmarried, no next of kin, is the importance of corporate support. Had she a power we could have used, protected, she should have grown up in the 80s in a Manhattan penthouse, but she flew solo and died alone in Straw. QED. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to speculate whether or not the Illuminati killed the kids. I mean, I remember from the League of Monster Hunters Slayers quest that they formed in reaction to the two kids being killed by some supernatural menace. So this is what caused them, I think. Excuse me, I have some raged event. This is what caused them to form the League, because they couldn't trust the adults. The adults didn't find out what happened. The adults didn't do anything to protect the children. The adults just killed someone and said, hey, it's good. This is probably the first time I'm getting actually mad. I mean, what are we fighting to save humanity for if this is what humanity is? Yeah, it's going to be the poor zombie that gets me in this mood. Seriously? Disembowel. Okay, I feel a little better. A serious sound error there. But yes, I noticed that shiny moss up here. I'm gonna go take a look at it. Something to distract me from wanting to burn down the entire Illuminati from the inside out. Or maybe I won't distract myself with it. The Exterminator. Black Goat Woods is buzzing with fervent work of Akab workers constructing new layers. They cannot be allowed to expand further and their burrows must be destroyed. Cull the Akab population in Black Goat Woods and destroy some of their newly made burrows. Oh, it's just a kill? I can do that. Hi. You got me in a murder mood. This is not good for you. Ooh, and you're good. You're convenient. Okay. Oops, wrong button. My apologies. This could be another straight-up fight or a bug hunt. I am not in the mood. You, Umbral Brood King, get over here, your highness. Oh, he's getting away very slowly. Screw you. Come on. Totally not in the mood. You got something to say about it? Come over here. Deep breath. Something screwy with the controls. Give me a moment. There we go. You're like a bulldozer out there, and I mean that in a good way. There's only one way to deal with the vermin hives mentality, and it's to break out the bug spray and clean house. High five! I so don't care what you think right now, Kirsten. Okay, deep breath. Looks like I missed one of the lore fragments over here. Let's see if we can find more out about Carrie's story. Fire is a powerful tool, your first technology, sweetling. There were meetings in darkened rooms. It only takes a spark. Confining lips, manufactured rumors implanted in small town ears. Fire spread. She's a bad influence in our children. Bad will and bad mouthing, and Carrie Killian suffered on, still offering her services to hypocrites who asked for help with one face and spoke ill of her with another. Fire can get out of control. Okay, so I'm interested enough to keep looking for more in the story on Carrie, so let's do so. Rumor-mongering became ostracizing, fraud became freak, became devil worshipper, that handsome house became that den of evil. A shrieking primate finally gets the courage to poke the curiosity before running back up the tree, and soon all the talking monkeys are grabbing sticks. The Boogies don't have a high opinion of humanity, and right now I don't. I share that sentiment. The next lore fragment we find quite appropriately in a cesspool. Sometimes fuel gets spilt on fire. In 1987, several guests disappeared from the Overlook Motel. Those conniving lips whispered new rumors. The investigation proved Carrie Killian innocent, but the seed was already planted in the simian brains of the townsfolk. We visited a few of the mundanes, hovered over the beds, and tried to warn them of the coming disaster, but they saw us and lost their simian minds. Oh yeah, the bees will drive people nuts, too. Great. Then the two mangled children, and now I think we have to see what the bitter end is. Okay, entry number 9, located by the amusement park entrance, and trust me, we'll get to that. Let's see more information about the Black House. Guilt distills into stories until it is palatable. A story formed in every mouth by the time the fires died. House was already on fire when we got there, and she was at the window cackling, mumbles a man over his drink. The city council arranges a quick funeral. No mourners showed. Carrie Killian was cremated and buried beneath a cheap tombstone. And at last, it ends where it begins, right next to John. Boom. The Black House still stands. No one wants to tear it down. No one wants to pick out the scab of the guilt. They cover it up with stories of wicked witchcraft. We listen as the sweet children sing the name Carrie Killian in their jump rope rhymes, the way they used to sing about the Black Plague. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. So I'm going to collect my thoughts about the Black House mission, because just not like a lot of the other ones. Like with the League of Monster Slayers, it just is too much real world, I suppose, evil in it than in just the supernatural Lovecraftian horrors that we can all pretend to be afraid of and then just close the book. So, this town was under the control of the Illuminati, and Carrie Killian, some fresh-faced daughter of the 1960s with a neo-pagan upbringing in magic and a desire to help the community, was considered a threat. Some garden witch variety magic user who might have had a clue about the fact that the Illuminati had an academy here. But for this, the town council, who are who are members, yeah, hard lesson there, who are members of the old Illuminati, work to destroy her. But what's interesting is that despite the fact that cursed out Kirsten easily, sheer text indicates that it's not exactly the case anymore. Remember, she suggested recruiting her. And if you have to remember, way back in her story, she explained she was kidnapped by members of the Illuminati in the older pre-corporate age when they were just pulling human sacrifices off the street and, announcing loudly they were members of a secret order. And Kirsten was responsible for, ironically, a reformation of the Illuminati on corporate lines. It's pretty still horrible, but I don't think it would be as pointless as this. 1987 was a horrible year, apparently, for Kingsmouth. I mean, before the zombie invasion, but whatever evil struck at those two kids that we've seen in the last two stories, I don't think it's as evil as the people. Here they are, they burned the place down, they called her a witch to try to excise the guilt, but, and the Illuminati town council here, the old-style ones that had gone out of step with the reformations and caused all this, yeah, they got to keep their secrets by killing her among many other innocents over time. I mean, let's face it, Madame Rogette is probably still alive because of the Kirsten reforms. So I guess we could thank her for that, but I don't know, I think thanks is too strong a word. So hey, here we are, defending humanity against the horrors of Beyond the Veil, but which of us is the one's actually worse? This is Fantastic Worlds, saying farewell from Lovecraft Country and the Secret World.